Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Nether style house, and pardon the pun, but I have never made anything quite like this before, so I'm interested to see what your guys' feedback is going to be on something like this. The idea for this house, and I'm not sure whether I've achieved it, is to make something that I thought would look perfectly at home down there in the dark depths of the Nether. Let me know if I've actually managed to do that, if you wouldn't mind. Also, if you have any more building related needs, I would highly recommend checking out the card system, because if you like this particular build right here, I'll be leaving links to loads of videos and playlists that I think that you guys might really want to check out. But that's more than enough talking. If you want to make this thing, here's what you're going to need. You actually need quite a few different materials. Grab yourselves some glowstone and some soul sand. Also, grab yourselves some nether brick. You'll also want some regular stone bricks. Also, grab yourself some stone brick stairs, some nether brick stairs. You're also going to want to grab yourself some black stained glass block. I'm using block, not pane, and we should probably be okay for a while, guys. I'm sure we'll need loads more stuff that I'm just forgetting about, but for now, this is what we're going to be using. So once you have each one of those materials right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, you actually need quite a decent sized area to make this. Here's what you're going to want to do. So first of all, guys, we're going to have to carve out a hole in the ground. Something that comes with this house is the area around it that I'm actually going to use to build it on. You could build this down in the Nether if you wanted to, but I'm actually going to be building it above ground just because it's obviously a little easier to see up here in the light. But I'd highly recommend just building this down in the Nether if you can. So what you want to do, you want to start off by knocking one hole out in the ground, and we're doing this by looking down. You want to be looking directly down at the ground and knock that hole in the ground, then do an up left diagonal, knock that block out, then go left by one, then do 5 up left diagonals, knocking out the blocks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then go up by 1. Then do an up left diagonal. Then go up by 11. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then do an up right diagonal. Go up 1. Then do 5 up right diagonals. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then go right by 1, then do an upright diagonal, and go right by 11, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then do a bottom right diagonal, and go right by 1. Then do 5 bottom right diagonals, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then go down by 1, do a bottom right diagonal, and go down by 11, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then do a bottom left diagonal, and go down by 1. Then do 5 bottom left diagonals, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go left 1, do a bottom left diagonal, and then knock out all of the blocks going left, and you should, if everything has went correctly, you should end up with a nice big circular shape on the ground, or close enough to a circle. What you then want to do is fill that area in with your old pal glowstone. So that big giant circular shape that you've just made, that you've just knocked out in the ground, replace it with glowstone. This is going to be the very outer circle of the mound that this house sits on. So the idea of this house sits on a big giant mound comprised of mainly soul sand, bricks, and netherrack. I believe it's called netherrack. Oh, nether brick, I apologize. I think the raw material is netherrack. So it sits on nether brick, regular bricks, and soul sand. And around that we have a nice little ring of glowstone, and around that we have lava. So the first layer of this is to add on the glowstone. What you then want to do, guys, is 1 block inwards and 1 block inside your ring of glowstone, you want to do a layer of soul sand. So going all the way around the inside of your ring of glowstone, you want to have a ring of soul sand, and this is going to be the very first layer of the mound that we are building this thing on. So we're just building all the way around this, and we're also going to have to do something very similar in just a moment. So once you have this destroy. There we go. So once you have this first layer of soul sand taken care of, you then want to add another layer, one block inwards and one block higher than the layer that you've just made. So we're kind of like just building this up, as you might imagine, like a big giant mound of dirt, kind of like a molehill or something. That's exactly what we're building. We just want to build this up, going all the way around the top of the inside of that first layer of soul sand. Once we've done this with the soul sand, we'll actually be doing the very same thing with nether brick, and then we can actually get to work on the platform, the proper platform that this thing is built on, and then we can start building the house. And once the house is actually finished, that's when we can add things like fire and, well, fire I say. We can add things, although there is a bit of fire involved, a bit of fire, a nice bit of lava, we can add some braziers, stuff like that to the house, but that's how this thing's going to go. The house is actually very, very simple, and part of what makes this house as nice as it is, or at least in my opinion, is the surrounding area. So once you have the 2 layers of soul sand taken care of, you then want to take out your nether brick, and you want to follow the very same procedure. You want to 1 block higher, 1 block inwards, do a layer of nether brick, and this is going to be the very top layer of the mound. After this, we're going to have to fill the top of this in. So we'll have a slightly smaller circular shape than what we started with the glowstone, and we'll be filling the very top of this thing in with actual stone bricks. It's going to be stone bricks that we fill the top of this thing in, or with another material of your choice. Maybe you want to use a material that I've been using a lot of, and I'm sorry if I get the name wrong, but you guys might know what this is called. Alicite? It's called like smooth alicite. It looks very much like stone bricks, except it's like roughly the same color, a little bit different, but it's all shiny and smooth. So we want to have something which should look so far like this, guys, and like I said, stone bricks will work for this, or you might want to use, polished andesite. My bad. Polished andesite would also look quite good, but I'm using stone bricks just to retain that kind of, I don't know, kind of like old schooly feel. I don't know why it is, but I try to avoid, for the most part, the new materials that have been added, and I don't know why. I should use them. Some of them are actually quite nice. I have used the polished andesite on quite a few of my builds, actually, mainly for exteriors. But you want to take the very top layer of this, and you completely want to fill it in with your stone bricks. So I'm not sure whether I mentioned that after I actually finish the top layer of the nether brick, but that's what you want to do, guys. You want to take the very top layer of this, and you want to fill it in with stone bricks. I'm sure that you guys could have gathered that by the fact that I've actually been filling this thing in for quite a while anyway, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So once this is filled in, we'll actually be erecting the house. The house won't take too long to do. The house is quite small, as is the area we are building on. The reason that I didn't want to make a big giant thing, I actually was considering making a massive huge castle. I wanted to see what you guys thought of this first, so I might have another build a little bit like this if you guys enjoy this build, where I make a much bigger build. I was thinking like a nether brick castle or something, like I said. It'd be in a similar style to this, but it just, like I said, a lot bigger, so we'll have to see about that, won't we? We'll see how this video does, and if you guys like it, if you guys like the idea of it, if you're listening to me talk about that now, let me know in the comment section, and we'll have to see, won't we? But we've just about finished filling in the entire top of this, and that's when we can start the actual house building process, and we also have a decision to make once we have filled this in. So once you've filled in this area, which is looking a little bit boring at the moment, guys, but don't worry, it is going to look a lot better later on. Once you have completely finished filling in that area, it's now time for us to decide which side is going to be which. Like, which side is the front of our big giant nether mound? Like, personally, my front side is this, and it does matter because obviously the front of the castle and the actual bridge that we're going to have, it does matter. So pick a side, any side. It can be any one of them, that one, that one, that one, or that one, any one of those 4. Once you've figured out which side is going to be the front of your castle, this is what you want to do next. So you want to come, once you've figured out the front, to the very left-hand side of your mound. You're looking for like this equivalent block. So you're on the left hand side, you want to find the first nether brick that we have in our row of 12 here, and counting in to find the 3rd stone brick. So you want to find the 1st, 2nd, 3rd stone brick. You want to go up on top of this block with your nether brick by 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then take this 7th block and go right of it by 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then connect that 4th block all the way down to the ground, just like that. Perfecto. Once you have that taken care of, you now want to come to the inside of what you just made, so the back of it really, and you want to take each one of the top 2 corner blocks, so this 7th block and this 4th block, and extend them, going back each by 11. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Connect each one of those 11th blocks together and also connect them down to the ground as well. So we just want to have a very familiar shape. It's just a nice kind of like 3D rectangular-ish shape like that. Now, once you have done this on the left-hand side, you now want to do the same thing on the right-hand side of your mound. So you literally want to come to the front right-hand side of your mound. You want to locate this equivalent nether brick block that we have on the right-hand side. You guys know the one. We want to count in and find the third, coming to the left, third stone brick, so that'll be 1, 2, and 3. On top of this stone brick, we go up by 7. You guys can remember this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We then want to go left by 4. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then connect each one of, and then connect that 4th block down to the ground like so. Once you've done that, we now want to come behind the shape that we've just made, take each one of the top 2 corners and extend them, coming back each by 11. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, perfect. We then want to connect those 11 blocks together, and we also want to connect them down to the ground. So we just want to have something which should look a little bit like, let me have a look. In total, a little bit like this. Perfect. So we kind of have like 2 towers on our mound. Now it's time for us to connect them together just a little bit. So this is where things get a little bit tricky, guys. So this is what we want to do. The easiest way to do this, I guess. So you're on the front of your mound. You want to be inside of the left tower. Take out your stone brick stairs. You want to, first of all, start by placing a stone brick stairs in this position. So, you're on the inside of the left-hand tower, you want to be 2nd block in at the top. Place a stone brick stairs. Underneath that, place a regular stone brick. Then go right by 1 with your stone brick. Place a regular facing stone brick stairs. Then underneath that stone brick stairs, place a stone brick. Go right by 1 with your stone brick. Then place a stone brick stairs going the opposite way to the first one. Then go right of that stone brick stairs by 2 of your stone bricks, that's 1 and 2. Then place a regular stone brick stairs. So you kind of want to have this shape right here. What you then want to do, guys, is underneath these 2 stone bricks, you want to place upside down nether brick stairs underneath those, and also underneath the 2 stone bricks that you have just above it on the left and right hand side. Now, underneath these 2 upside down bottom nether brick stairs, we want to do 2 nether bricks. We then want to go left and right 1 from those 2 nether bricks, and then connect down to the ground. So we want to end up with a shape that should look a little bit like this. And that is kind of what we want for the entrance. As a matter of fact, that's not kind of what we want, that's exactly what we want. We can then just fill the surrounding area around that entrance in with our glass. So this is kind of difficult to see, and it's pretty transparent, but you kind of just want to fill the surrounding area just so we don't have any gaps in the actual castle. You want to fill that in with glass blocks, so you'll have something which should look like this. Once you've got that taken care of on the front, we now want to go to the back, and whilst the back has a similar-ish kind of setup, it's a little bit different. So let's go to the middle back part now, and on the back right hand side, but for us it's the left hand side, isn't it? We want to take out our stone brick stairs again, and this time, starting from this first block coming in, or second block, whatever, you want to do a stone brick stairs facing this way. Underneath it, place a stone brick. Going right, place a nether brick. Connect that all the way down to the ground, so place a nether brick, connect it down to the ground. You also want to go right of that nether brick by 1 with your stone brick stairs. You then want to have a stone brick stairs which actually faces like the opposite way, so this is kind of tricky to do, but it wants to face the opposite way, kind of like how it does on the front, so we've just got to set up a couple of blocks to have it face this way, like that. Then behind that, still going right, we want to do a nether brick, then a stone brick, then on top of that stone brick we want to have a stone brick stairs, so we want to have this sort of shape like that. Then take out your nether brick, connect this nether brick that we have just behind the stairs down to the ground, like that. You then want to do this, so coming down from this left hand stone brick stairs, we want to do a black stained glass. Then miss one, still coming down, black stained glass. On the floor, black stained glass. Do the same pattern on the right hand side, except reverse it. So the second block, glass, miss one, glass. Like that. In those empty spaces, place nether bricks. So you want to have a pattern which kind of zigzags up like this. It kind of looks like a zipper. Once you have that taken care of, we now want to take out our black stained glass again, and we just want to kind of like fill in the gaps that we have on the left and right hand side. So we just want to end up with a shape that should look like this, which is perfecto. Once you have that taken care of, this is what we want to do next. So we're going to fill in the entire front and the entire back now, and this is actually quite easy because we have to do the same thing on the front and the back. So we have to do this 4 times in total. This is what you want to do. You want to, inside of each one of these like front and back part of the towers, you want to do a layer of stone bricks on the left and right hand side. Then starting from the bottom empty space, you want to place a nether brick stairs. Then on top of that, you want to place a glass block. Then on top of the block, you want to place a nether brick stairs. Or sorry, you want to place an upside down nether brick stairs. If we can do it. There we go. Then on top of that, a regular facing nether brick stairs. On top of that, a black stained glass. On top of that, upside down nether brick stairs. Like that. That's how it wants to look. Don't only do that once, we have to do that 3 times. So we're now coming to the right hand side of the back now, or technically the left hand side of the back, whatever. Fill those 2 rows in, left and right stone bricks. At the very bottom, regular facing nether brick stairs. On top of that, black stained glass. Then on top of that, upside down stairs, regular facing stairs, glass, upside down stairs. It should end up looking a little something like that, and that is the entire back of this thing pretty much complete. Once you have that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. Come all the way around to the front, do the same thing. So we're now on the front, start off with our 2 layers of bricks. Well, I mean, we try our best to place them in the right place, but sometimes it doesn't always go well, does it? But that's just me, my clumsy hands. So start from the bottom, nether brick stairs, glass, upside down stairs, regular facing stairs, glass, upside down stairs. Easy as that. One more time, guys, we want to stone bricks on the left, stone bricks to the right, stairs, glass, upside down stairs, regular, glass, I said upside down stairs. So we want to end up with something that should look a lot bit like this, and that is absolutely perfect, guys. And I think we actually have something very similar to do on the left and right. No, I actually changed it on the left and right, didn't I? So that is what you want on the front and the back. Once you have that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So let's come all the way to the left hand side of our castle. Starting from the very left hand side, and all of these rows are to be built vertically, guys, you want to do this. So start off with a vertical layer of stone bricks, then a layer of glass, then bricks, then do a layer of nether bricks, then do 2 layers of black stained glass that are 1 row inwards in relation to the rest of your rows, and you only want to do this with your 2 middle rows of glass. You then want to go back to placing a row of nether brick that is actually in line with everything else, followed by a layer of stone bricks, a layer of black stained glass, finished up with a layer of stone bricks. So you want to have something which should look like this. And this is actually very clean on the side, so I'm wondering whether we should have something very similar to what we have on the back. So maybe we could, with our nether bricks, just kind of like form this pattern on the side. Does that look good? Oh, we'd also need one up top here. Just to make it look a little bit more interesting, we've kind of like got that zipper pattern again. That's kind of just improv. That's something that I've just seen there immediately. I think that I like that a little bit better, but you guys can have that either way around. Do you want the extra nether bricks? That's up to you. Do you want it to look cleaner? Completely up to you, but that's what I'm having. Once you have this on the left-hand side, we're going to do the very same on the right-hand side. So we're on the right-hand side this time. We're starting from the left-hand side to the right-hand side, if that makes sense. Vertical rows, start off with stone bricks, then black stained glass, then stone bricks, do a layer of nether bricks, then inside we want to do 2 layers of black stained glass, so do 2 layers of black stained glass inside of the house, then coming back outside of the house, do a layer of nether brick, followed by stone bricks, then black stained glass, stone bricks, like that. And again, I'm going to do the zipper shape, and I might even reverse it. So I see how I've done it on that left-hand side. I'm just going to reverse it for the right-hand side, just to make it look a little bit more interesting, guys. That's the only reason. So that is the right-hand side of the Nether brick house. What do we want to do next? Well, once you have all 4 of those sides taken care of, which we pretty much do, we're now going to take care of the little middle bit that we have at the top of the house. So the way that we actually have this, it's basically just filled in with mainly Nether brick stairs. So you can see where we have the stone brick stairs on the front and back of the house that are kind of like at opposite ends of each other. We're just going to add Nether brick stairs to kind of like just bridge the gap between them. We just want to have Nether brick stairs like that in those positions. We also want to have Nether brick stairs like right at the top of the middle part of the house as well. So you can see where we have the other stone brick stairs, we just have like stone bricks there, or Nether brick stairs there. And then we're just going to fill in the remaining area with Nether bricks. So just like the 2 rows that we have left, we're just going to fill that in with Nether bricks. So from the front and the back, you won't really be too much the wiser. You can actually just see that it's filled in. And from the actual middle part, you can actually walk around this now if you so choose. So that's what we want to do to the middle section. The other sections are also quite easy as well. Take out your stone bricks. On top of each one of the 2 towers that you have, just add a layer of stone bricks just to start this off. So on top of the left-hand side, on top of the right-hand side towers, you want to do a layer of stone bricks to kind of just start this off. So that's what we're doing. Give it a minute. It takes a little while. So we just want to kind of add a layer of stone bricks right at the top, just like that. Perfect. Once you've done that, you then want to, still with your stone bricks, you kind of want to form this pattern on the top. So starting from the top left-hand corner of the left-hand tower, we want to place a stone bricks, and going like clockwise around, we want to like do this pattern. We want to do miss 1, stone brick, miss 1, stone brick. But then you see on the sides where we have like the zipper shape where we have these 2 middle rows, you want to leave those 2 middle blocks alone, and then you want to go back to doing the pattern. So it'll be stone brick, miss 1, stone brick, miss 1, stone brick, so on and so forth until you eventually reach the inside part. And again, you want to leave these 2 middle blocks alone, then go back to the pattern. So stone brick, miss 1, stone brick, miss 1, stone brick, miss 1. So you want to end up, and this might even be the best view for it, you want to end up with something that should look a little bit like this. So you can see those 2 middle blocks, those are left alone on the left and right hand side. Do the same thing on the right. So we're now on the right, and we're just going to follow the same pattern. We're just leaving those 2 middle blocks alone, and then we're just kind of like place 1, miss 1, place 1, miss 1, going all the way around the top of the outside. So we'll end up with something that should look a little bit like this. And then it's kind of up to you what you then want to do to the top. Then to the top, do you want to make the top middle part accessible? Do you want to knock out these 2 middle blocks here? And do you want to end up with like a bit of a roof garden all the way up at the top of your towers? If you want to do that, you'll have to kind of like fill these things in. You'll want to fill in the top of the towers with your Nether brick. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill in the top of the towers with the Nether brick just like this, just to make them a little bit more accessible, so you can actually walk around and have a bit of a look at the surrounding area on top of your castle. And of course, if you wanted to, you could then kill ghasts from the top of your little castle. I'm actually considering making a ghast right now, pixel art ghast. I might actually do that, but I've just filled in the top of the tower just to make it a little bit more accessible, make it a little bit more interesting. You should end up, once you've finished building the castle, with something that should look exactly like this. Now, once you've reached this point right here, you might be wondering to yourselves, what extra things can you add to this place to make it look a little bit more interesting? So first of all, with the actual mound itself, I'm going to make 2 braziers which sit right on the front of the castle itself, so that it actually in this position right here, it's very near the entrance, and they're made up of Nether brick stairs, like it sits on the left of the entrance. You guys can see how that sits there, and it's going to, oops, wrong way, isn't it? And it's going to sit on the left and right hand side of the entrance right here. We're going to need some, what is it called, guys? Oh, netherrack. Oh, that's netherrack. And we're going to need flint and steel. Going to place a netherrack there and there, hit up the flint and steel. We now have 2 braziers that sit right in front of our castle. Makes it look a little bit more inviting. It does make it look inviting. We then want to build a bridge, or at least I'm building a bridge. It's going to be in line with the entrance, and we need to knock out these 2 center blocks that are in line with the entrance right here. So I'm going to take each one of these stone brick blocks, and I'm going to extend them, coming forward each by 5. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm then going to place stone brick stairs in front of them, and then I'm just going to layer it down so that we have stone brick stairs reaching the floor like this. Then we can knock out those behind it, then we can place some upside down nether brick stairs if we can manage it. There we go, upside down there. I'm also going to place nether brick stairs going left and right of each one of those stairs, just to kind of make it look a little bit nicer. And then I'm going to place some nether brick following the path along left and right, just like that. And what we then want to do is, going left and right of the blocks that touch the ground, we actually want to do a row of, or a couple of rows of nether brick. So the idea is we're going to carve into the ground, and we want to leave a gap of 3 dirt, that will be 1, 2, and 3 in front of, and around the side, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, leaving a gap of. And we just want to do a square area going all the way around our little mound, our little castle. We want to do a layer of nether brick that, like I said, runs squarely all the way around the edge of our little nether brick castle. And it just wants to be measured by leaving a row of 1, 2, and 3 going all the way around the castle. So on the left, right hand side, the left hand side, the back, all of it, the front, whatever. We want to make sure that it is at all times 3 blocks away from each one of those 4 sides. You can't really accomplish that on the corners, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, and then we knock out this 4th block. You can't really accomplish the same thing on the corners just because of how that behaves, and I kind of want to have I kind of want it to be a square area. I'm not entirely sure why. I want it to be a nice big clean shape rather than just kind of like following the shape of the mound. But we want to end up, and this is going to be quite easy to see actually, we want to end up with something that should look like this. And of course you can make this bigger, you can make it longer. Doesn't my house look like an elephant? Look at the top of it. Those are ears, and then the braziers are the eyes, and then the actual bridge is a trunk. I've made an elephant. Lovely. I'm happy about this. So I'm now just going to fill that area in with nether brick. This is just going to signify the kind of like boundaries. So this is going to be like past where I start caring about the house. So this is going to kind of like just be beyond this. I'm not really bothered about what's around it. We're not going to be tending any of the area, but everything inside of this we are going to make sure looks quite nice and lovely. So what am I going to be doing after I've actually filled in this little area with nether bricks? Well, after I've defined the boundaries, which is what we're doing, I'm then going to knock out the entire area that we have here. I'm going to knock out every single one of these blocks, guys. All of those dirt blocks, those grass blocks, and I'm going to replace them with lava. But I'm not going to be doing it evenly. I'm going to be back in just a second once I have 100% finished knocking out every single one of these blocks that we have right here, and then we're going to be placing a bit of lava, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to be doing this. So I'm going to destroy all of these, and I'll be back once it's done, because it's going to take a little while. I don't want it in the tutorial. Alright guys, here we go. We have completely destroyed every single one of those grass blocks. So what I'm now going to do, since we don't need netherrack anymore, we can probably get rid of that. I'm going to grab myself some buckets of lava. You may have seen this coming. So now we're just going to fill this area that we have in with lava. And I mean, you can if you want to, but I don't want it to be even. Like, I want the lava to be all uneven and flowing around, and I want it to look as though that it's not entirely supposed to be there. I want it to look as though the house has been built on like an unstable patch of lava, and I don't want it to be all smooth. I want it to be all bumpy, and that's the kind of texture that I want. You guys don't have to have this. If you don't want to, you can kind of have whatever you want, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm starting off by placing a couple of buckets of lava everywhere. I'm going to see what areas then need to be filled in. So you can use it kind of sparingly like this, and then then we're just going to make sure that we don't have any areas that are not covered by lava. We're just going to make sure that we have everything. We want everything obviously covered by lava, but whether we have all of these cool bumps and ridges and stuff is completely up to you. So you can have it as flat as you want, you can kind of mess with it a little bit, it's completely up to you. But the effect that I want, the effect that I'm going for, is something that looks a little bit like this, and I think that that makes it look a little bit more forty, it makes it look a little bit more dangerous, and by 40 I mean as in a fort, not the age. So that's kind of what I want, that's kind of what I'm after. You can mess with it a little bit more if you like, you can, if you wanted to, this is completely up to you. I mean, what blocks could we use? I wouldn't use stone bricks, I'd probably use like netherrack. If you wanted to, you could have like, I don't know, like pillars of netherrack or whatever this is called, because I've forgotten the name. You could have pillars of netherrack kind of like spread all around the inside of your castle if you kind of wanted little constructs like that. I personally don't, because I don't think that that looks very good, but if you wanted to, you very much could. And then I'm just going to have to destroy this on iron, throw some more lava in there. Perfect. So, oh, do we not? That's weird. Okay. And I don't think I have any more holes. Just to check, I don't think I have any more holes. Perfect. So, once you've got that taken care of for yourself, however you want to do it, what I'm now going to do, I'm going to take out the flint and steel, and I'm going to add a little bit of fire. All the way around the soul sand. I'm going to set fire to some of the soul sand, and I think that that should actually stay alight. I think it does, because mine's been going quite a long time. Oh look, we missed another block. Cool. Mine's been going quite a long time, and I don't play survival and stuff, so I've got no idea. But I think that this should keep going. I don't think you'd have to keep like topping up your fire going all the way around your fortress. But I think that it makes it look a little bit cooler, adding a little bit of fire to the soul sand. Maybe. No, I'm going to leave that left-hand side alone. Actually, I'm going to leave that alone. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's kind of like randomly adding a nice little bit of fire going all the way around the fort. Now, once you've done that for yourself, the last component that you might be thinking about, like, what do I do to the interior of this thing? And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't really think that far ahead for an interior. I'm not entirely sure what we can do with this thing interior-wise. I mean, it's pretty small, but, I mean, let's see if we can kind of, like, brainstorm right now, and let's see if we can figure out what we can do interior-wise to this house. So, I mean, you can just use it like a regular house, and we don't have that much space to fill up. I mean, the idea for this isn't for it to be like a big giant survival house. It's just kind of like a fort. It's kind of like, you know, somewhere where you just kind of like hang around whilst you're in the Nether. It's not meant to be a big huge stronghold, although I kind of do want to build a stronghold. That's kind of what I was getting at earlier. But I think that something that would definitely be cool is, obviously, we get up onto the second floor. I think that the second floor accessibility would definitely improve this a little bit. I like the fact that you can actually like get up here, you can have a bit of a look around, you can walk onto this middle bit, you can shoot ghasts with your bow, you can have a bit of a look down, see everything. I'm not going to have two sets of stairs. I was just thinking about it right now. I don't think I want to have two sets of stairs. So let's focus on the inside, then we might be able to take care of the outside. So a couple of things that you'd have down here. I don't think you can actually sleep down in the Nether, can you? I mean, is that something? I'm going to look like a real idiot if I put down a bed and an actual sleeping area and you can't actually sleep in the Nether. Doesn't it actually blow up, or don't you die or something? Maybe I'm making this up, guys. I just remember seeing a video where that was a thing. So, some things that you might want. You might want a bit of an armory down in the Nether, might you? You might want to have like an armor stand or two, and you might want to have armor and equipment. You might want to have like these things. You might want to have like a bow and an arrow, and we want to have some item frames. So a couple of things that you might want. We'll have one here, and we'll have one here, kind of like in the back corners. We'll have some diamond armor stands. Again, I mean, it just makes sense that you might want some of these. We're going to have like item frames here and here. We're going to have a bow. We're going to have a sword there. We're also going to be placing some carpet just around that. I'm going to use red carpet just because that's my favorite, or maybe black carpet. Why don't we use black carpet? Because I mean, this is the Nether. Why don't we kind of like keep it Nether theme? We can have some black carpet that kind of just goes like all the way around this little armory section here, and maybe just behind this we can have two chests. We can have a chest there, like a double chest, and we can place things in there if we so choose. We'll knock out this, we don't need it, and actually we'll replace that with, why don't we use white? White might look nice, going all the way around like the edge of this little area. So this is a kind of like combat area, this is where, I'm sorry my voice is going a little bit, this is where we would outfit ourselves for going out there. On the opposite side, it would make sense if we had kind of a nice little brewing stand area. It would, or an enchantment area first of all. It would make sense if we had an enchantment area. It really would. I mean, you'd want to enchant your weapons, you'd probably want a beacon, and you'd probably want like an anvil and a crafting table. So you might want to have like, let's say, an enchantment table here, and something that I'm fond of, which you guys know I'm very fond of, I think, if you've watched any amount of these, is I very much like libraries, and that's why I kind of really want this enchanting table. So we need a library around this just because I think that makes sense. We want a nice little bit of a seating area. I always add one of these guys, and I know I'm sorry if you don't like these, but I do. I love these. I really do love these little areas here, and we can just kind of have a nice little sectioned in area where you can do your enchantments and stuff. What else might we want? We might want books here and here, and we're just going to add, just for a little bit of colour, guys, just for a little bit of colour, we're going to add some flower pots, and in those flower pots, tulips, just because I like them. Maybe we'll even add some white ones. I was going to go red, but why don't we add some white tulips here? Oh, can we have them in here? Yeah, we can. So, just to make it look a little bit more interesting, if we wanted to, just in case we kind of wanted a little bit more of a bookcase up here, we could have this as high as we wanted to. I don't actually like that. I'm going to keep it kind of like... I'm going to keep it like that. That's perfect. So, we kind of have like an enchantment area now. What else might we need? Well, it makes sense if we had a brewing area, because you need to use a lot of potions in the Nether, or at least when I did do my survival series, I really wanted potions. That's all I wanted. I wanted fire resistance potions. That's what I needed. That's what I was after. So let's get rid of all of these things. A little brewing area, a bit of a cauldron, maybe, no, not a furnace, a crafting table perhaps. Like, we need these things, and we're going to place these on, where's that polished andesite? So we'll place this here. This is in the corner, the brewing stand. Maybe we'll have two brewing stands, and we'll have a cauldron in the center there, and then opposite this we'll have crafting tables here, and maybe we'll have a furnace in between them. I don't know why we've got a furnace, basically just because, like that. And that might make it a little bit more sense. Maybe just kind of keep it with the Nether. Can we fill that? No, we can't. Can we destroy that? Okay, so let's fill that with water. I thought that could fill it with lava. I was wrong. So that might make a little bit more sense. And what might we want back here? We might... I don't know. I don't want to fill this place up too much, just because it kind of is a little cramped in here already. We don't want anywhere near the stairs. Let me have a think. So whilst I actually think of ideas, because I'm drawing a blank, I'm just going to kind of like carpet the areas that I've kind of done. So like this little enchanting area, I'm just using some cyan and some red. This little kind of... What area would I even call this? Kind of like a brewing, kind of more crafting area. I'm just going to use pink and magenta just to kind of like section it off a little bit, because I think it's cool if we kind of have like little stations like this. I think that's kind of a cool idea. Maybe we even want to like, maybe we want to have them kind of like more evenly spaced, like have boom, 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 and then if we knock out these blocks, and I believe that I had crafting tables and a furnace, so here, and here. I think that's how I had it set out, just so that it's a little bit more even. What else might I want? I mean, I don't know. Maybe we can just have... Maybe we can just have like a... What colour carpet? Maybe we can just have like an orange carpet. No. What colour? Some dark grey carpet maybe, just like on the floor, just to kind of like, I don't know. Just to kind of like lead you to each one of these individual parts. I mean, I don't know whether this is a good idea, and I'm really stalling. I'm trying to figure out what we can have to kind of like finish this off. But maybe this is it. Maybe this is where I kind of like this is as much as I can show you guys. I think. I don't think I've got any more ideas. But maybe you guys have got a couple more ideas. Maybe you guys can figure out what else there's stuff down here. I mean, I would do like a bed and I'd do like a bathroom and stuff, but it just doesn't seem to make any sense to me to have those things. So I've just carpeted a little bit. I actually think I like the the dark grey carpet less, but that's kind of like the downstairs area. What could you add up here? I mean, I wouldn't really want to tamper with this middle bit, and I wouldn't really want to tamper too much with these bits either, but maybe you just want to add some chests up here, maybe just fill them with, like, I don't know, maybe like bows and arrows and stuff and various potions. Maybe you even want like a brewing stand. That wouldn't make sense to put those there. Maybe you want to do that to the top part. I really don't want to tamper with the top too much, just because I kind of like it and I don't want it to have to be like visibly messed with from the outside. So I suppose that might even be it, guys. I suppose that might even be it. I guess that's the house. I didn't have too many ideas for an interior this time round, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but that's all I could kind of like pull out of my head last minute because I haven't actually done the interior on the original version of this. So, hopefully, you guys like this building. Hopefully, you've managed to make it. And if you've done both those things, guys, I would really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favorite, a share. Feel free to check out the card system. I've got loads of builds exactly like this one. Well, not exactly, kind of like biome style builds, different style builds. I think that you'll really enjoy them. Feel free to comment down below, what sort of house do you want to see me make next? The reason that I made this was actually from a request. You guys asked, so you've never built biome style houses exactly. I've done a desert one, that's all I've kind of done, and you guys asked for more. You guys actually specifically asked for a Nether style house, and this is kind of what I came up with, a nice little mini fortress, and I think that it's actually quite nice, and hopefully you guys do too. So feel free to comment down below, what do you want to see me make next? Very, very interested to see if you like this one as well. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind. Check out the card system, and I'll see you guys in the next video.